Hey, good morning. It's Dr. James. I do hope this message finds you and your loved ones peaceful, safe, and well. And this morning, I've been really working on what I want to share with you this morning and trying to present it in a way that's very respectful and honoring of where we all are during this challenging and unprecedented time, but also bringing some light into an area where there could be an opportunity. And this is based on something that Dr. Fauci of the CDC has been talking about over the last couple of weeks about when he's asked, when this is all over, can we go back to doing the things that we love to do? And one of the things he said was, hey, you know what? I'm not sure if we're going to go back to handshaking just randomly with people we don't know so well. And he went on to kind of explain more about that. But just let's stop right there and we can just kind of let that be. Because I want to remind you of a time where I think if anyone here has kind of dabbled in the spiritual circles or, been a part of some metaphysical communities or maybe even studied Buddhism and some of the Eastern philosophies and how we go about doing more spiritual things in relationship to greetings. And back in the 80s, I was making my first trip to Nepal, and I was going on a climbing expedition in the Himalayas. And I was a young kid, and I grew up in I'm going to kind of say Vermont family where I never saw anything like this. So all of a sudden, I left Vermont, and there I was, the first time out of the country. I'm in Kathmandu, Nepal. Like, whoa, oh my gosh, culture shock, but kind of heart opening. So awesome and powerful and humbling and beautiful. And I remember just being struck by the greeting that everyone knows here so well. It's the Namaste greeting, which basically means, loosely translated, the light in me honors and sees the light in you, or the God in me, the spirit in me, the brilliance, whatever. The love in me sees the love in you. And it's basically hands coming together in prayer position, a quick bow, but absolutely eye contact. That's a very intentional part of the practice. And I remember wow, just walking around Kathmandu, I was by myself and, everyone doing that and I'm learning it and I'm thinking I'm so spiritual and, and it was amazing because as my trip progressed, I made it up into the mountains and up in the mountains, as you're making your way towards the base camps and some of the higher elevations, there'll be more and more of the porters they refer to, and these are people who carry an unbelievable burden, a physical burden. I believe also just another burden on top of that because of just the difficulty and the heaviness of their path. And they carry literally hundreds of pounds on their back, and it's kind of on a strap, and it's balanced by their forehead, and they are literally 10, 13, 15, 20,000 feet carrying these unbelievable loads. And they've got, they may have flip-flops on or really bad sneakers with no support. And regardless of where they were on the path, regardless of the tenuous nature of the path, alongside of a cliff, going through a gorge, no matter what they had, they would stop. And they've got this 100+ pounds on their back, and they would stop in the path and look you in the eye and bow and say, Namaste. The spirit in me sees the spirit in you and honors that connection. No matter what. No one was too busy or too tired or too distracted or not present to realize someone's coming across their path. So I'm thinking, as we are moving through this experience, and this is obviously something to do respectfully, and we don't even have to necessarily do the gesture of the namaste and the bowing, but it's the intention that when we see another person on our path, as we're exercising and employing social distance and physical distance, we can do spiritual practices. And whether or not we feel comfortable or it's done with respect, that we can be bowing and saying under our breath, namaste, or at the very least, when we pass someone, let us not look away. Let us make eye contact. And don't be afraid. This is a beautiful part of the practice. This is based on some really powerful science. It comes down to the type of smile that we can bring. And it's not like, because it freaks people out. But it's just what they call a corner smile that actually raises the eyes a little bit. And I'm saying that because when your smile raises the eyes a little bit, it actually connects with a part of the nervous system here, some nerve endings that are connected to the vagus nerve, which brings you peace, brings you lowering of stress, brings you more presence, and helps you to connect with other human beings emotionally and bringing empathy and compassion. So everyone that you see on your path, you can be exercising and bringing forward empathy and compassion, along with presence and love. And isn't that just kind of like, because you find yourself in grocery stores, or you find yourself on a path in life these days, and we're looking away and we don't know what to do. We're trying to figure out what does physical distance mean. Well, you know what? It doesn't mean that we can't still honor and see the light or the love or the God or the spirit or whatever it is that we want to see in other human beings by seeing it ourselves and presenting it towards others. Eye contact, corner smile, connecting with the vagus nerve, empathy, compassion, and love. Beautiful time. Beautiful time to stay awake, not to fall asleep. So with that, stay awake. Don't fall asleep. I see you. I honor you. Namaste. Much love and every blessing. Bye for now.